So here's a serious question. Why do stand-up comedians struggle so much when they go to Hawaii? It must be because the audience only responds in aloha. Aloha. Delivery's tough on that one, but it's funny. Welcome to Vocab Lessons for Parents. Today we're going to be talking about a vocab word that you all already know. You probably talk about it a lot with your kids. But I'm going to give you a fresh spin on it that hopefully changes the way you look at things and helps you to reframe what you can be doing to make things better. And that word is responsibility. Now, the reason I'm going to bring up this word, the reason I think it's an important word to talk about is because it's taken on so many meanings, right? I count 3 different meanings to responsibility. There's like the who's responsible for this sort of meaning, where you're looking for who is the cause, who's the perpetrator, who's the primary contributor to some problem, some issue that has arisen, right? That would be the first meaning. The second one is like, who's in charge here, right? Who's responsible for this, right? This is more like who's in charge of the situation or the team, or right, who's supposed to be in charge. Now, they may not be the primary cause, but like when you have a babysitter over, she's responsible for the situation in your house, even if she's not the primary cause of some injury that happens, right? She should be in charge of things there. And the third one would be, who is able to take command here? Who is able to respond to this or take the lead on dealing with this situation? So there's 3 different meanings, and they're very different, right? This is a really important point to recognize, is that it's actually pretty rare in any sort of complex situation for the someone who is a primary cause or a contributor to the arising event, the problem that has shown up, for that person to also be the person best situated to understand what has happened, the person who's sort of in charge, or to be the person who's best situated or capable of dealing with the situation in an effective way. Those people are very often completely different people. And so to conflate all 3 of these meanings, it's like you lose a lot of important nuance in the language. And the language that we use reflects the way that we think, which creates the world that we perceive and live in. It creates our reality. And so this language is very important. So we had to be, details matter when you're speaking with the words that you use. And so what I'm going to suggest is that we take the word responsibility at face value. If we break it down, the original meaning, the etymology of the word responsibility is response-ability, the ability to respond. And so use this word responsibility when discussing who is able to respond effectively to some situation that requires a response. So for example, let's say, your 2-year-old poops their pants or something, right? Well, who is responsible for that in the causal sense? It's obviously the child, but you fed them the food, right? Not that you should starve your children, right? But they're the pooper, right? They made the poop. However, you are the response-able party, the party best able to respond to it. Okay, so think about it this way. Now, when you're considering parenthood as like a leadership position, it's important to keep in mind that you may not be the cause of any issues that happen, or of all the issues, right? Of certain issues that happen in your house, in your family. You may not be the primary cause. You probably contribute in some way, major or minor. But as a leader in the family, or whichever teams you find yourself in, you are responsible for every problem. You are response-able for all of them. You're the person who's able to respond, even if that means delegating it to someone else. That's still that still can be an effective response. So use responsibility responsibly. Don't know if that was the correct use, actually. But I hope that this helps reframe sort of things a little bit. And when you're talking about who's the cause, who's the contributor, did you contribute to this problem? How did you make this problem happen? What did you do to bring this about? There are a lot of different words that you can use instead of responsible. I hope you liked the video. Please put your dad jokes down in the comments section. And if they're any good, or if they're not good, especially if they're not good, then I will choose the most not good ones and use them in future videos. Like and subscribe if you found the video at all helpful. And remember that you are already someone's hero. Now you get to earn it. So go be super.